At 2:37 p.m., everything looks normal. Cars move through the city, people cross the street, aircraft fly overhead. Nobody knows that in a few seconds, one of the most important motions on Earth is about to stop. Someone happens to be recording, nothing unusual. Just another ordinary afternoon on a planet rotating beneath our feet at enormous speed. 14 hours, 37 minutes, and 0 seconds. For exactly 1 second, Earth stops spinning. The ground stops. But everything that was moving with the Earth keeps moving. People, cars, air, water. Everything that is not physically locked to the planet still carries its original momentum. At the equator, Earth's surface normally moves at about 465 meters per second. That's around 1,670 kilometers per hour. At higher latitudes, the speed is lower. But across much of the inhabited world, it is still hundreds of kilometers per hour. And suddenly, the ground underneath everything has stopped. Inside airports, unsecured objects move violently across floors. People are thrown in the direction Earth had been rotating. Luggage, equipment, and debris become dangerous projectiles. And this is happening almost everywhere at once. Sensitive instruments detect another, much smaller effect. Earth's rotation slightly reduces our effective weight because of the centrifugal effect. Stop the rotation, and that contribution disappears. The change in effective gravity is tiny compared with what is happening around it, but instruments can detect it. For scientists watching the data, this is the moment they realize something impossible has happened to the entire planet. Within seconds, reports begin arriving from cities around the world. Traffic collisions, power failures, aircraft emergencies, structural damage. At first, nobody understands how all of these disasters could be happening at exactly the same time. Then the pattern becomes obvious. This isn't a local earthquake. It isn't an explosion. It isn't a cybernetic. The event is global. Aircraft face a particularly strange problem. The atmosphere did not magically stop when the solid Earth stopped. Air keeps moving with much of its original eastward momentum. For pilots, the relationship between the aircraft, the atmosphere, and the ground changes almost instantly. Inside offices, the same physics applies. Chairs roll, monitors fall, loose objects fly from desks. Anything that was moving with Earth's rotation tries to continue moving when the floor beneath it suddenly stops. Supermarkets become dangerous within seconds. Bottles, cans, carts, and shelves shift violently. The danger is not increased gravity, it is inertia. Objects resist the sudden change in their motion. Roads and bridges are hit especially hard. Vehicles continue moving relative to the surface. Drivers have almost no time to react, and structures experience sudden forces they were never designed to withstand. At ports, the scale becomes enormous. Containers weighing tens of tons shift. Cranes are suddenly subjected to violent lateral forces. Ships continue moving with the water around them while docks and infrastructure have stopped with the ground. Then the oceans respond. Water has enormous momentum. When the solid Earth stops beneath it, that water keeps moving. Coastal regions are hit by violent surges as huge masses of ocean water are displaced. Hospitals are affected at the worst possible moment. Beds roll, equipment moves, power systems fail, and within minutes, injured people begin arriving from everywhere. Emergency agencies around the world try to understand what has happened. Transport networks are damaged, communications are disrupted, power grids begin failing, and then, 1 second after it stopped, Earth starts rotating again. That creates another violent change. The ground suddenly accelerates back toward its original rotational speed. Anything already moving relative to the surface is subjected to yet another enormous shift. From space, Earth may still look strangely familiar. Clouds, oceans, continents. No giant crack splits the planet in half. But down on the surface, the damage is catastrophic. News networks struggle to explain an event without precedent. 1 second, that's all it lasted. But 1 second was enough to devastate transportation systems, cities, and coastlines across the planet. Satellite and navigation systems would also face major disruption. Their orbits depend on Earth's gravitational field, not directly on the planet's surface rotation, so they would not simply fall from the sky. But ground stations, timing infrastructure, and navigation networks could be badly damaged or interrupted. As night arrives, large sections of cities are dark. Electrical grids were never designed for a near-simultaneous global physical disaster. Emergency crews worked with damaged communications and blocked roads. Coastal areas face some of the worst destruction. Water continues to redistribute. Harbors are damaged. Boats are pushed inland. And some communities are left underwater. Search and rescue operations begin among collapsed structures and debris. The physical event lasted only 1 second. Its consequences will last for years. Hospitals and temporary medical centers fill rapidly. Millions of people could require emergency shelter, medical care, food, and clean water. And the global economy would face damage on a scale never seen before. Eventually, Earth is rotating normally again. But the atmosphere and oceans would continue adjusting. Weather patterns would be disrupted. Coastal systems would need time to settle. And civilization would be left trying to understand how 1 second changed the world. Earth stopped spinning for only 1 second and survived. Civilization might not be so lucky. But there is a much more terrifying question. What if Earth stopped rotating and never started again? That's where physics breaks reality.